Thespian Society.
All right, good morning.
Good morning.
God's energy is in, around, and throughout all of His creation. Our physical bodies and our physical realities are condensed versions of that energy also. The amazing thing about energy is resonance. Every energy is influenced and affected by any other energy that it comes into contact with. God has given each of us the ultimate gifts of life and free will. We have complete control over what energies we invite into our worlds, and each of these energies will have an impact on us and our realities. Let's see what we can learn from two friends who just bumped into each other and haven't seen each other for a year.
Hey there, how you been? I haven't seen you in so long.
I've been great, incredible actually. Thanks for asking. How have you been?
Oh, same old, not much changes in my world. I'm still the same person doing the same old things.
That's cool.
How about you, though? You seem very different from the person I knew a year ago.
Yeah, about a year ago, I decided to change some things.
Like what? You look like a totally different person.
Well, I was looking around at my life back then, and I wasn't very happy. So I thought and prayed and decided to eliminate everything that didn't make me happy and bring in more things that did make me happy. A year later, this is the result.
It's that simple? That sounds pretty simple.
Very simple.
So what did you change?
First, my thinking. I realized that I wanted to be happy and that God wanted me to be happy too.
Well, we all want that. And I think that God wants that for all of us too.
I totally agree.
So then what did you do?
Well, I had a bit of an epiphany moment when I realized that everything in my world was affecting me one way or the other.
Yeah, and?
And God had given me the gift of free will, where I had 100% control over what I allowed into my world.
Okay, I'm with you so far.
So I decided to not take this gift of free will for granted, and to apply the concept that everything that I allowed in my world would affect my reality.
But where did you start?
Well, I started with a basic question: how does this make me feel?
How does it make you feel?
Anything, everything.
Huh?
I decided to look at everything in my world and ask that question.
How does this make me feel?
Yeah, and it made me feel real good. Then, if it made me feel real good, then I would keep it or get more of it. If it made me feel bad, then I would choose to get rid of it or change it.
Just like that, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, you do look better and seem happier than I've ever known you to be. So it looks like it's working.
Thanks, I feel like a new person.
I might want to try that too. I'd like to be a whole new me, a better me. You've inspired me. Where do I start?
Well, you've already started just by having this conversation.
Good point. So what do I do next?
I don't know. I'll tell you what I did, and you can see if anything I did change would work for you too.
Sounds great. Tell me your secret.
Well, I used to watch a lot of TV for starters, and most of the shows that I watched made me feel, well, I used to watch shows that involved crimes or violence, or shows where people didn't treat each other very well. You know, CSI House, news, sports, stuff like that.
Hey, I like CSI and House.
I used to too, but I realized that I didn't want to focus on the content of those shows. Instead, I wanted more laughter into my life. So I quit watching anything except comedy. And even those shows I just set to record so that I could fast forward through the commercials, because the commercials weren't funny.
Interesting.
Yeah, and when I did that, I suddenly had several more hours every day that were mine to play with.
Gotcha. That makes sense. I spend way too much watching time watching TV, and I find myself watching stuff that doesn't make me feel very good, even though I do enjoy the shows themselves.
Yep. So as I brought more laughter into my life and suddenly had a lot more time, I went through my house room by room and rearranged every room so that each room made me even more happy.
Every room?
Well, one room at a time. I rearranged the furniture so that I would feel different than I used to in each room. And that way I was constantly reminded that life was changing.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, and I would look at each thing in the room and ask, do you make me happy? If the answer was yes, it stayed. And if the answer was anything else, then it found a new home.
Interesting.
Yep, then I painted each room a bright and cheery color.
You painted too?
Yeah, most of the colors in my house were kind of drab and boring, and I didn't want to be drab and boring anymore. So I painted them bright and cheery.
I gotcha.
Then I looked at the people in my life. I began spending less time with people or groups that made me not feel good. Then I started to find new people and groups that I was excited about.
I see.
Yeah, and then I took a look at the food I was choosing to eat.
Even your food?
Yes, everything. I changed one basic statement into one basic question.
And what was that?
Well, I used to look at everything in my life and say, but I like that. And change that statement to a question. Does this make me feel good?
That's simple, huh?
100% that simple. And then making choices that were in alignment with what makes me feel good.
Well, it sure seems to be working. You look great, are happier than I've ever known you to be, and you seem very, very peaceful, but yet excited about life too.
Thanks. It has really amazed me how different my life is now compared to a year ago. I'm so glad that I bumped into you to remind me of how I used to be and the life that I used to live. Thank you.
I am so proud of you. I'm excited for you. Such a simple change has such an impactful and far-reaching results.
All right, this morning, as we set our intention on food for our bodies, mind, and spirit, I'll have you guys close your eyes, get comfortable in your chairs, ready for meditation. We go within, connect with your inner self and with God. Taking a couple of deep breaths. Feeling everything from the outside world just drift away as if you were alone for a moment. All sounds, thoughts, everything around you drifting away. And as the intention this morning is on food, I want you to imagine walking into a banquet hall. Noticing what your banquet of life would look like as you look around. A table set with food. Each food representing experiences in your life. Gifts given to you in life. Your energy. What would that table be decked out with? How would it look? Feel yourself walk around this table, walk around this space, just noticing what's there. Do the thoughts and impressions that you feel good? Do those foods taste good? This is your life. You have free will. Choose your table. Choose the foods that you'd like to present in your life. This is your banquet, your show. What do you want to do with it? How do you want it to look? How do you want it to taste? Make it the most magnificent meal ever. Feel yourself walk around the table, tasting the foods. But as you do, notice that each thing represents an experience, symbolizes something in your life. And unlike physical food, feel as you taste it, as it goes down into your body and connects with your stomach, your solar plexus, your self-worth, your soul, your self-identity. Feel that area of your body. It's totally peaceful, full of love and energy. Feel as that food is digested, it traveling throughout your body, connecting with your heart, connecting with your mind, coursing through your veins, opening up your creativity, your passion, your motivation. Feel yourself explore the table. Maybe asking what certain foods represent. And feel the enjoyment with each experience. Knowing if you want more of it or less of it. When you feel very confident in this table, in this banquet room, notice if you want to invite in guests. Do you want God sitting at the table with you? Your friends, spirit guides, family? Feel yourself share this meal with those around you. And as you do, the laughter, the joy, the love that surrounds you. And the motivation for action that's created. Feel yourself connect with the energies that surround you. And when the meal is finished, or you're ready to take action, feel this support group almost like leave the room with you, ready for the real experience, ready for the physical end of that creation, to walk your journey, to walk your talk. So when you're ready, feel yourself getting up and leaving the room. Ready to start your journey in a whole nother perspective and look and feel. So as you leave the room, feel yourself coming back into your body, taking with you that energetic part as it reconnects.